that 152 and 161 were the best ones. Actually, mine and them pretty good too.
You know,
But that backs up to step.
that house that went, yeah, it's one.
All right.
Oh shit.
Good morning. Good morning. Just waiting to get live everywhere. Good morning. Welcome to the morning grind, y'all. My name is Allie. You haven't seen me before. I just started last week, so I'm just gonna briefly say a little something about myself. So I have served at Carrabba's for about 4 years. I've been there for 5 total. My mom actually wanted to do this, and she was not able to, so that is what got me into real estate. And I'm loving the team so far. I'm so thankful to be here with everybody. They're awesome people. And so we're going to start today with some gratitude. So let's go around and see what everybody's thankful for.
Yeah.
Josh.
Hey, I'm
Start
thankful
us
that somebody else is. You're doing the morning grind this morning.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry
Face.
about it. How about you, Ed?
Thankful for this breakfast lasagna. It's hitting the spot.
No, I can't agree with the breakfast lasagna. I refuse. How about you?
I'm gonna go back to my basic. I'm just thankful for the weather this morning.
Oh gosh, here we go. Wow, way to be basic, way to be basic. So the topic we're going to talk about today is don't be scared to fail. And I'm sure initially everybody's like, of course failure's scary. How could you not be scared to fail? But the way I look at it as is failure is a teacher. You know, when you fail, you learn a lesson from it. And to me, if you're scared to fail, you're scared to take risks. And if you're not going to take risks, you're not going to have as much success. So with that being said, I'm going to give an example of a time I was scared to fail, and I did, but how I turned it around to make it positive. So I would say I'm going to use serving as an example. It's perfect. So the first time I took a larger party, I was terrified to do it by myself. It was overwhelming. There was a lot of people. My first large party, I believe it was like 18. And, you know, going from 4 to 6 people at one table to that straight away was terrifying. I did make plenty of mistakes. You know, we're human. We all make mistakes. Got to accept that.
Why
But
is that so different though? Like from 18, like,
I guess you have so many people needing refills at once, and if you're taking orders going around the table, you can't get refills. That's a stressful thing in itself because you want to make sure everybody's taken care of, everybody's happy. Tickets are different. Yeah, you got a lot more going through to the kitchen. So when it comes to running food, you know, I can only fit 6 plates on a tray, and so that's multiple runs back and forth. So everybody's eating at different times too if nobody's helping me. And of course that day we were busy, so I didn't have much help running food. It was like, I believe it was Mother's Day weekend is when this was going on, which is crazy for the restaurant business. But, you know, I either forgot refills, I would maybe accidentally written something down wrong, you know, little things like that, you know, not, yeah, you know, nothing huge, especially bigger parties are usually celebrations, so, you know, they're celebrating a birthday or like a graduation or their mom or their grandma, you know, and so they want everything to be perfect, and when it's not, they're gonna get that much more upset. So that made me feel, you know, even more of a failure because it was a day that they were wanting to, you know, enjoy and have perfect, and I wasn't able to do that for them, and so that made me feel bad. But, you know, the things I learned from it were, you know, how to be a stronger server, the steps to take in the next time I took a party, and how to make sure everything flowed a little easier. Everybody was taken care of. If I needed help, I could ask for it. You know, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's another thing. You know, failure, if you need help, you need help. If you're going to fail on your own, get someone that's done it already. See what they have to say. And so I learned to make that positive by thinking about what I could do next time to change it. And I feel like that applies for anything, like the real estate business too, you know. I showed my first house by myself on Monday night, and I'm not going to lie, I really wasn't scared. It felt very natural for me. I had a fear that I might not, you know, get them to contract, or if they didn't like any of the houses, okay, what's the next step here? But I went into it, I was confident, and things worked out. They're really liking one of them, really have their eyes on it, so we're going to follow up with them today, see if they want to get under contract with that one. And hopefully that'll be the first contract I've gotten to get under, so that's super exciting. So I want to ask, what's something y'all have been afraid of failing, but still went and tried anyways?
This weekend?
I never fail. I'm just kidding. I would say one big thing for me that I have failed at is holding an inner circle. I
Yeah.
think I remember telling you.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about this
That's
last
something
week.
I always failed at, and I always try, and I always keep failing. But here's the thing: each time, or here's another thing I fail at. I fail at leading people. Like I don't feel like I'm a good leader. Like I've had 2 people kind of come on my team in the past, and either one of them worked out because of my leading skills. I failed in that, so I do feel like I have learned from the first person to the second person,
Yeah.
and now from the second person to the third person.
I was going to say, you've been a great training to me, so
Well,
you've taught me a lot already. So.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a lot. It's I feel like my leading skills have definitely. It's something I've failed in, and that's like a big goal that I had for the year was to be a better leader. So.
And do you feel like you've learned something and applied those things that you failed at to make yourself better at it?
100%. Like with Josh right now, I'm trying to lead him. I'm trying to teach him the ropes. I'm trying to make sure he doesn't make the same mistakes that I made whenever I first started.
Yeah,
And
Josh squared.
Yeah, exactly. But I look at Tommy and I look at some of the things that he's done, like you said, learn from somebody else that's doing it or done
Yeah.
it. And I try to learn, like, what are you doing? What did you do with me? So that way I can
Yeah.
do him.
How did you teach me? What are the things you told me in the beginning to get me going? So I know what to tell him to get him going so he doesn't.
Exactly.
And that way, like you said, he doesn't make the same mistakes. He doesn't have to go through that turmoil. And it's more of a, positive
Yeah,
aspect
exactly
there.
right.
And I'm going to fall back into that positive thing. Failure, I feel like most people in the world see it as a negative thing. I have worked really, really hard. It's not been an easy road, It took a lot of discipline and just time and experience to get to where I am and the mindset I am with failure today. But failure has taught me a lot, Like I said, it's taught me the things that I know I won't make these mistakes again, or what can I change, and tweak about this certain situation to not have it happen like this again the next time. So that's the lesson today.
Did you
Make
have,
failure positive.
Have you had another big table since that?
Oh, yeah. Since then, I think the biggest I've taken since then was 27 by myself. And it was smooth sailing, all the drinks, in and out. Everybody was drinking pretty much water that day, so it made it a little easier. But, food was ran, orders were taken, everything was accurately put in the system, everything came out accurately, and it showed on my tip,
You feel like you had, in order for you to do good at that 27-person table, you feel like you would have had to fail at the 18-person table?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because 27, first of all, is almost 10 more people, which in itself is its own kind of size party.
Yeah.
So, but going through the failures and learning the ropes the first time, it just also made me feel a little more confident and comfortable the second time and the third and however many other times I've taken parties now by myself. But it's not something that I even blink an eye at. In the beginning I was terrified to do it because I was like, oh my gosh, what if I mess up? What if I make them unhappy? But now I'm just at a point where, okay, this is going to go great. They're going to tip me well. They're going to be happy when they leave, and maybe they'll even write a review about me, And so now I can turn it around and look at how the failures that I had on the first time I ever tried it turned into something so positive because it's made me confident in what I do. And again, I feel like that applies to the real estate.
I was going to say, now how could you do it? Now, take an example of real estate,
Yeah.
the first showing.
So-
What wrong?
I would say, there were certain questions like, have you seen enough to make a decision? That I did not ask. I had a couple more showings yesterday. Gracie was also with me, but I did the first couple houses with him by myself, and I was able to have the questions, have the knowledge, know what to ask, just kind of know how to lead them through it a little better, and I felt a little more comfortable. So, and I'm sure that's going to build even more as time goes on, but to be I guess 9 days into real estate now and already have shown 6 houses by myself or with Gracie and, not really having to be led and told what to say. It makes me feel pretty good. I feel very accomplished. So, guys, don't be scared to fail. Put yourself out there. Take us out, Van.